a priority rather than staying at Real Madrid where you're fifth option, fourth option.
Plus, he's got his Patriots in Gabriel and Martinelli's there as well. I mean, whether Martinelli goes or not, that's a completely different
Martinelli's probably
conversation.
not going to want to be a backup to another fellow Brazilian.
No, I'm just saying he's there as well. Like, whatever happens, right? But at the end of the day, like, that there are players there that can bring him in, welcome him. Martin Odegaard's another player who's obviously had connections with him in the past as well. Like, there's a lot of opportunities to become, because the thing is, it's not like he's going from Real Madrid to an unknown club. He's going from Real Madrid to an Arsenal who do have global power as well. So for me, like, a lot of the deal does make sense if Real Madrid are asking him. And if it's to look at the end of the day, like Florentino Perez has come out and said, if a player does not want to play for us and does not want to stay, they can go and get a deal and we will make it happen. So he's openly kind of indirectly saying Rodrygo can be sold. So everything can align. And I think this is why like patience is needed. Because if we're talking about it realistically, Rodrygo is a major, major needle mover. He's a world star. Like, he's one of the best wingers in world football. He's one of the most underrated players for Real Madrid. And that's who we're about to sign. So sometimes patience can pay off. And this is one of those deals. If we do go and get a Rodrygo,
Yeah,
are we going to complain?
Crazy. Enough
Wait,
about
has
that.
that been done?
No, it could happen. It could happen.
Oh, okay.
The list. This is the list. Rodrygo, Anthony Gordon, Eze. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is refreshing. It's refreshing to see a list of players you rate, rather than Nadi Madueke, friggin' Jackson and fucking I don't know who's the other one.
I think Williams is taken off the list because Barcelona are basically making the deal happen, aren't they? So
Anthony Gordon's not gonna happen though.
it could, He is known to like cause a ruckus when he wants to move. Like, did you see what he did to Everton?
It's not gonna happen.
No, you never know. The guy
same way how you said Nani Madueke is not gonna happen. I don't think.
No, I'm not saying you should. Like, I'm just saying like that. Like the same way like people didn't think Gordon would do that to his boyhood club. He did. He disrespected the hell out of a club that raised him. So like, there's no reason that he won't do the same if an Arsenal or like a better club comes up knocking on.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying there's a possibility that can happen.
We're gonna come back to the Eze conversation, but strictly since we're on Liverpool, Newcastle. Do you think Isak to Liverpool could happen?
That story's bizarre. Like, every day it seems to change. Like, Isak wants to stay or Isak won't be sold, and then all of a sudden he's available on the market. I guess it's up to Liverpool or even Arsenal whether they want to go and pay the 140.
Why would Isak join Arsenal over Liverpool?
It's not whether he joins us or joins them. It's whoever's willing to pay the money. I think it's quite evident Newcastle are asking for 140 million, 150 million. I think whatever
I heard to pay it. 150 is the starting price. They want closer to 200.
Well, then whoever's willing to pay that, I don't know what the price is, but whoever's willing to pay that kind of money is in for it. And I'm gonna be real. I can't see us do it with the amount of business we've done and we have to do. And I can't also see Liverpool do it because of the amount of money they've already gone and spent. I know people are saying they can spend upwards of £300-400 million and not, but clubs are a bit more realistic. They're not going to just go and splunk every single penny they can in one window.
He would have to push for a move away from Newcastle, which I just don't see at this moment in time. But fair. If Isak is going to Liverpool, it would genuinely crush me.
No, it'll be a.
I hope it doesn't happen. I hope it doesn't happen.
Do you know what it is? I'm not that worried if we get the business done that we need to get done. Like, I understand people are like, it's a phenomenal signing, but if we can go and get a striker of our own, I'm not that worried. I'm not that like concerned, because as long as we're doing the business we need to do, there's no reason we can't compete. But there's no reason we can't go win the league. It's just whether we can get the pieces, because the problem that we've always had is we leave ourselves short.
There we go. All right. So what is the next topic? Let's get on to the next topic. Enough about Liverpool.
to be consistent. So you got to say Martinelli's not even far off Rodrygo.
Martinelli
But this is where people don't want to be.
Martinelli
Statistically,
statistically is not far off Rodrygo, but Rodrygo has done it consistently over a longer period.
No, Martinelli's also done it in a similar consistency.
No,
as
Martinelli
well.
has not been
Yes, he has.
consistent over a
Yes, he
longer
has.
period.
If we go
No.
back into last season when you bagged a load of goals, you bagged it in the third. The Rodrygo
If
hasn't
you
been
want to do
consistent either.
stat-based analysis, let's be 100% serious. Gabriel Martinelli, over the last several years for Arsenal, has had 10 goals, 5 assists, 8 goals, 5 assists, 15 goals, 6 assists. And if we go to Rodrygo, it has been much higher than that across those seasons. Let me go to Rodrygo. Rodrygo, across those same 3 seasons, what was it? 14 goals, 10 assists, 17 goals, 8 assists, 19 goals, 10 assists. Bro, it's night and day. It's night and day.
Martinelli's also had a season where he had 15 goals, 7 assists.
No,
Rodrygo
but it's
did what last season is 17 and 9. So if we're looking at some of their best
Look at
output
that.
seasons,
Look at that. Look at that. That's multiple seasons where you have 20 plus GA. Now let me show you Martinelli. Same thing. Martinelli, those same 4 seasons, guess what? He only had 1 season over 20 GA. 1 season. Stop it,
and
bro.
look at the other
You
season,
can't
they're fairly
compare.
similar.
You can't compare Rodrygo's numbers to Martinelli's. And he's not even the second choice. He's not even the third choice. Some of those seasons, he's 4th choice. Some of those seasons, he's not even close to being one of the top options on the team.
Who?
Rodrygo.
Rodrygo's always been one of their main options.
No, Rodrygo, the last couple of seasons has been behind Vinny, has been behind, what do you call it? Benzema.
Yeah, but you can say that about Martinelli then.
Martinelli,
they both start though. They both play consistent amount of games.
Martinelli, his best season was the second best option. This season, there's been games where he was chosen to be the number 1 option and he still couldn't do it. Rodrygo stepped up on numerous occasions, bro. Let's not compare Rodrygo's numbers to Martinelli's. It's head and shoulders
They're both
better.
Fairly similar though.
Head and shoulders better.
Yes, in a much better team. But even if you look at Martinelli's numbers in a worse team, it's still not that far off his.
It's miles off.
It's not miles off.
It's miles off. What are we doing?
Last season was virtually the
Martinelli's
same.
best season of his career is Rodrygo's like 3rd best.
Okay, let's look at last season then, right?
10 goals, 5 assists.
One moment.
Why do you have to look at it? I'm showing it to you right here.
Yes, and then what was Rodrygo's numbers? Virtually the same.
No, they weren't. Rodrygo's numbers last season, 14 goals, 10 assists. Freaking, that's the difference of 9 GA. 9 GA difference is the same.
Yeah, 6 goals, 6 assists. People aren't accepting these numbers from Martinelli. Why would we accept them from Rodrygo? This is what I'm trying to say. You can't do. No, my point is you can't do stat-based analysis because you wouldn't accept that from a Martinelli.
14 goals. If Martinelli gave me 14 goals, 10 assists, he's starting every single game.
By the way, you've done 6 and 6, and 6 goals, 6 assists in 30 games in the league. Because we also want to break it down by the leagues, because some of them are done in the
Bro, I'm talking all competitions. Forget about the league. All competitions. You need to be able to get me at least 20 GA across all competitions. He's not been able to do that for 3 out of the last 4 years. Rodrygo does that easily every single year. Sometimes gets you 30 plus GA.
Yeah, look, in the Premier League last season, guess what? Martinelli had 8 goals, 4 assists, which matches the league of
Martinelli versus Rodrygo is a wild argument.
Yes, because if you want to do stat-based, and this is my point, if you do stat-based analysis, it all makes sense. But if you actually watch, guess what? Rodrygo's miles better. But you can't say that if you're going to be consistent with your argument and base it on stats.
Even the stats tell me that Martinelli is nowhere near Rodrygo.
Because if you look at it in the league, if you compare league to league, it's 8 goals, 4 assists for Martinelli. Guess what? Rodrygo done 6 and 6. That's the same.
But bro, I'm talking about competitions.
In a way higher,
what did he do in the Champions League?
In a worse league.
What did he do in the Champions League?
In the Champions League, he did 5 and 2, and Martinelli did 2 and 2. Not even that far off.
It's not the same.
Not that far off, though.
It's not the same.
Not that far off.
The main two competitions, which is the league and the Champions League, Rodrygo
Yes,
is
and he's
much
not
more
even miles
consistent.
off. If you're doing
No,
stat based, they're not miles off.
bro, if we're doing stats and you are literally almost half, it's
It's not
miles off.
almost half. He's like 2-3 off him.
Stop it, bro.
In the league, it's the same. It's just the Champions League he outperformed him slightly. This is why I'm saying you can't do stat-based analysis. If you do stat-based analysis, they look similar. On paper, they don't even look that far off.
Bro, I literally have brought you the numbers to your face and you still disagree.
No,
It's
because
crazy.
you can't. Because if they're playing in different competition, that's different. If we're going from league to league and Champions League to Champions League, you can see the numbers aren't that far off.
This guy's saying, forget about Rodrygo. Your club level is Nani and
No,
Tony.
because clearly no one has comprehension skills. What I'm trying to make the point of is you can't do stat-based analysis.
What is this?
I don't know. You need to translate it.
Sesko over Gyökeres. I don't know what you mean by that, bro. I'm sorry. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here, Souls. Good argument. I'll wrap it up here. I don't think you can compare Rodrygo and Martinelli. But
I'm not. What I'm saying is, if you're going to do stat-based analysis, you can.
No, I think even
You can.
statistically, Rodrygo is not is still superior to Martinelli.
Yes,
Anyways,
slightly. Is he 90 to 100 million pound more? No. If you're doing statistical analysis,
he is
this
still
is what I'm saying. You
superior.
can't do that. If you're actually looking at the game and then you bring stats into it, yes, Rodrygo's a miles better player. But this is what I'm saying. Like, people need to understand that stat-based analysis can't just be done and that's it. Because the point isn't even at you, Egal. The point is actually a lot of people who are writing off Sesko, saying that he's not good enough because Gyökeres has 40 goals. But we can make the argument for any of the players that we're linked to and make the same argument. People want Nico Williams to come in, for example, but guess what? His stats are also shit. So if we're looking at stats, we're never going to sign players. You got to look at the overall profile, how they fit into the team, and that's when you can make your analysis. When you're just making it based on what you're seeing in numbers, that doesn't make any sense. If you look at Gyökeres' play, he doesn't score the kinds of goals that we create opportunities for.
All right, no worries, guys. I'm going to send you over to Mud Brothers. I need you guys to message Sheik and be like, Egal owned you, and that's it. That's a weird one, but yeah, just tell him Egal owned you. And we're out of here, people. Catch you guys in the next video. Love for love. We got over 800 people. Please do make sure you guys hit that like button. We got over, what is it? How are we only on 65 likes, guys? What the hell? Please like the video before we go. And we're going to wrap it up here. Catch you guys in the next video. Love for love. You already know what it is. Peace. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and leave a comment down below what you thought of that video you just watched.